Guys, welcome back to another video. So this is the second part of a two series video. So first part was trading using CPR part 1. So in that I've just covered the basics of CPR. So there's this pop-up box on the right hand corner, so you can see the first part if you missed it. So guys, welcome back to Option Clutch, and today we'll be talking about trading with CPR. So actually I'll be talking about some tips and tricks of CPR. So let's get to it. So we're looking at tips and tricks. First we'll be talking about the types of CPR and market conditions for different CPR. So looking at the types of CPR, we have actually 4 types. So first one is your ascending CPR, second one is your descending, then you have your inside value, and you have your outside value. So ascending CPR is basically consists of, so we're talking about ascending CPR. So we have your CPR consecutively going up as the market condition goes. So market trades and goes up, then you have your CPR ascending. So this is an ascending CPR. So if you're talking about descending CPR, the descending CPR is the same thing, opposite of ascending. So market is trading, is going down, you're getting consecutive CPRs that are below each other. So that is your descending CPR. So your inside value CPR is basically that today's CPR is inside yesterday's CPR. So market is trading, doing something. So today when market opens, this CPR is inside yesterday's CPR. So that is what is inside value CPR. So I'll give you examples of this just for you guys to understand. I'm just telling what are these. So if your next one is your outside value. So your outside value is today's CPR is engulfing yesterday's CPR. So basically market traded, so this was yesterday's CPR. So this CPR is inside today's CPR. So that's called outside value CPR. So we come back, we are looking at the tips and tricks. So first one is if we get more than 3 ascending CPRs in a row, look only for long. So more than 3 ascending CPRs in a row, we should look only for long opportunities, nothing else. If you get more than 3 ascending CPRs in a row, we have our ascending CPR. Okay. So first day we had an ascending CPR here, then we had second day, and we had third day, fourth day, fifth day. So 5 days we are having ascending CPR. So when market is on 30th, okay, first day we got ascending, okay, then 31st, second day, and 1st April we got a third ascending CPR. So we have more than 3 ascending CPR. Okay. So now if you go to the next chart and see, we have our first day ascending, second day ascending, third day ascending. So 3 days we have found ascending CPR. Okay. Now if I look at this, you can see that first day we got ascending from here. If you count this also, this is the third day. So let's leave that. But 3 days ascending CPR. So market opened here. Okay, you got a stop loss hunting instantly, and market closed at the day's high. So have you shorted this thinking that market will reverse? Your stop loss hit. If you had kept a deep stop loss, that hit. If you kept no stop loss, you would have been huge loss and you would have taken. So if you knew that, okay, 3 days ascending CPR, you would have gone long anywhere you would have gone long, you would have made money, close at day's high, market gapped up and straight up move. So this day also, the next day, if you look at this day also, market opened, went up, okay, tried to push down, fine, but still ended up at the day's high. So you're gone long. If you're not gone long here, again you got an opportunity to go long, book profit at the day's high. So I'll in this example I'll be also talking about the wide CPR aspect of this day. We have a wide CPR. So you can see the market, though it went up, was sideways. We had a wide CPR and it was sideways. But if you have a narrow CPR, Okay, we have a narrow CPR. Market ended up at the day's high. Nice trend we got market ending at the day's high. So that is what, so wide CPR, narrow CPR, these work most of the time, but you just need to know the market conditions and where to use them. So this more than 3 ascending CPRs, only long opportunities. Should look only for short opportunities if we have more than 3 descending CPRs in a row. Taking a look at descending CPR. So descending CPR, every day you're getting descending. So the golden rule is more than 3 in a row. More than 3 in a row, we should look only for shorting opportunities. So we got here one, we got here one, we got here one. So we had 3 descending CPRs. So this day on 5th, again we should be looking only for short opportunities. So if we go and if we see our chart, you can see that first day, second day, third day. So fourth day, we have found that the market tried to inch up, then finally broke down, closed at the day's low. So have you not known that the 3 days consecutively, if you're getting a descending, fourth day also you got a descending, if you had gone long, instantly your stop loss hit and made huge loss, thinking that market will reverse. So that is why you should know that more than 3 days descending. Okay, look only for shorts. So even if we got right here, we got a CPR breakout, but that breakout failed. CPR breakout is one of the strongest breakout, but it failed because more than 3 times descending CPR, look only for shorting opportunity. Okay, next the ground rule is market will be sideways if you have a wide CPR. So if you have a very wide CPR, most of the time the market does not break out and go. Instead of that, it will be pretty sideways. So that is if you have a wide CPR. Then if market has a narrow CPR, so if you look at narrow CPR is the best CPR because it's very narrow. So most of the time you get a big move on that day, either on the upside or either on the downside. So narrow CPR is the best. So we can have a very good trend if you have a narrow CPR. Then your inside value CPR leads to explosive trending days. So I've shown you that inside value looks like this. So inside value CPR is your market is inside the previous day's CPR. So today market opens, the CPR is inside previous day CPR. So you'll get, if the market breaks either the high, it can go up explosively, or if the market breaks down, it can go down explosively. So you get market normally closing at the day's high or closing at the day's low when you have an inside CPR. So this is very important. So narrow CPR, you can have market will go up, market will go down. But if you have an inside value CPR, market more chances of closing the day's high and closing at the day's low. Okay, now outside value CPR leads to extremely sideways market. It is the straight opposite of this. So normally you get a good explosive move closing the day's high, or a good explosive move closing at the day's low if it is a inside value. But outside value, you get market closing almost sideways, extremely sideways. Then the next day you'll get a explosive move. See, outside value CPR, what did I tell you? So market is extremely sideways. So it's explosive up move, then the market was sideways, came down, again went up, came down. So extremely sideways market, not for buyers. Ideally, this outside value CPR is for sellers. So sellers, a nice strangle could be placed and you can earn a lot of money with a strangle strategy on an outside value CPR. But this day, outside value day, is not for buyers. Okay, but even if you short this at the high, let's say it comes down, you won't get that much premium appreciation won't be there. So outside value CPR, you need to know that just leave that day. Don't trade that day. Just leave that. So next is your narrow CPR. Okay. Plus you have your inside value. So you have two together. So your inside value CPR and your narrow CPR. So you can see that the market, it again ended up at the day's high. We got an explosive move, okay, followed by a bit of consolidation, and it ended up at the day's high. So narrow CPR plus inside value CPR. So yesterday also you can see here that this day right here, we had a outside value CPR. Fine. This CPR was outside the previous day, engulfing. Then the very next day, market, there was good consolidation in the market. Fine. Then very next day we had a inside value plus narrow CPR. Then we saw the entire up move towards the upside. Market opened, closed at the day's high. You won't find these kind of days that often. So this was very recent. This was 17th of March. So you got a good up move ending up at the day's high. So same thing, we're looking at narrow CPR. So ends good down move, did not end at the day low, but a good trend towards the downside. So this is your wide CPR day. So the day following this, you got a good trend. So it was a very sideways day. The market did not move that much. So it went from top to bottom, back from bottom to top, again from top to bottom. So this is when we have a very wide CPR. Don't look for breakouts, because breakouts most of the time they fail on the upside, or on the downside most of the time they fail. So this again we can find is an outside value CPR. Okay, so this is an outside value CPR. First of all, plus it has a wide CPR. Okay, we have an outside value CPR plus a wide CPR. So you can see that the market tried to come down. Okay, fine. It tried to break down from this level. We got a breakdown. Okay, then we got a very bad swing towards the downside, and instantly we got an up move. So this breakdown kept stop loss hit, then reversed. Then again they tried to break down. So what is this outside value CPR? Market tries to pull back the value. So the value somewhere here will come back to the value range. So what happened? It came back. Okay, it came back to the value range, plus it was a wide CPR. So chances of trending are, chances of trend is very small. There are very less chances of trending. So you can see that the market reversed. Okay, so opposite of that, you can see we have a narrow CPR. Okay, we have a narrow CPR. So market opened, okay, boom, we got a good down move followed by good consolidation, then we got a breakdown. But this breakdown, we actually got a down move because we had a narrow CPR. You just look at the CPR, it is a very narrow CPR. So we got a good down move, and then we had a break of this also, but unfortunately it reversed and closed here. But still, from here till here we got a good down move. Okay, so you need to know that outside plus inside and all those things, they don't work 100% of the time. Nothing in the market works 100% of the time. Okay, so this is an example of that. So if I look at this day, you can see that we had an inside value this day, but you can see that market is extremely sideways. Okay, next day we had an outside value, but market ended up at the day's high. So nothing works 100% of the time. So example is this. So you can see that the market ended up at the day's high, though it was an outside value CPR. Though we had an average CPR, the market ended up at the day's high. I'll give you another example where, so you can see here that, okay, it opened here, then it came down, consolidated, came down, consolidated. So it did not have an explosive down move, good down move. So it was a consolidating market and again consolidated. though it was a narrow CPR, you didn't get that big down move that you are seeing. In the other slides, you got a big, in the other slides, you saw a big down move till here, but that did not happen on this day. Next day also you thought, okay, market will be very sideways, but you did get a trending move, but still you got a pull back to the value range. So that is what I'm telling. Nothing works 100% of the time. So always, so I'll say in this next slide, so nothing works 100% of the time. So always the important thing is, the most important thing in trading is risk to reward. So even 50% of the time it works out, that is enough. If you have a risk to reward of, let's say, 1:3, and 50% of the time it works out also, you'll be making a lot of money. So guys, you can take a screenshot for the tips and tricks. So these are the tricks that you can follow. So ascending CPR, descending, wide CPR, narrow CPR, then inside value, outside value. These are a very good set of rules to follow. If you see this is where you can actually make good money in the market. So I have shared my tips and tricks. Though these are not the entire thing, so I have explained the remaining in my webinar. You can follow my Telegram channel also. The link is in the description. So thank you guys. Have a great day. Bye bye.